Why did you choose modern over hip-hop or ballet or African? Or what is it about the modern?
The first show that I did, my dance teacher made a solo for me and my best friend of 8 years now. We started to run track together in high school, and I was a modern dance piece. Now we did hip-hop, we did jazz. It was great, but that modern piece allowed me to say things that I could not verbalize. You know, to invoke tears and to have people understand you without even speaking. That, which can be done, yeah, it's powerful. And that can be done through any genre of dance, but for me, that's where I feel special. That's where I feel powerful at. And I love it. I love it.
Okay. Now, you found that that's your niche, or people say that you have to find your niche where you feel like you can promote your inner self to somebody else. That might, like you say, you can get to a place where you can bring somebody to tears just by the movements that you do. So that's great. So between teaching kids in inner city schools, because I've taught in after-school programs teaching dance and drama, and it can be a little, how should I say, testy.
Yes.
Because number one, you have to keep their attention. I mean, if you can grab their attention and keep their attention for whatever period of time that you're there in the school, then it's great. But how do you look at that? How are you going to handle that? Because
it's been a learning experience, because the job of teaching at a high school kind of fell into my lap, because the teacher that instructed me went on a trip. One of the teachers, one didn't go back. She went to Virginia, I believe, to pursue her dancing career further, and the other one came back the following year to take over the program again, and she ended up being taken away and having to do a project, I think somewhere in Barbados, and I was doing an apprenticeship kind of there. So when she didn't show up, you know, the following week, they were like, Russell, you know the dances, would you mind doing it? And I'm like, me? Like, I'm still a student myself. And it put me in a predicament where I had to mature quickly, and now I had to start taking classes more often so that I can give them what I consider quality material.
Right.
So I had to quickly grow up, and I was 19 teaching 18-year-olds, or teaching 19-year-olds, maybe people who started later in school. So it was tough, because these are kids that I graduated with or graduated with the older siblings, so it was tough managing the classroom, but that's what kind of got me into the field of education. I'm like, I love teaching. I love passing on knowledge to people. And it's still a struggle now because I am young. Kids see me and are like, okay, how old are you? I'm like, old enough to teach you.
Yeah.
So I do my student teaching now, which is a part of the courses you have to take in order to become a teacher. So I've learned a lot from that. And it also helps me, like I said, mature, kind of see things from another perspective. And it's great that I'm in the middle ground, because I'm old enough to be respected, but then at the same time, I just came from where they came from not long ago. So I'm able to see both sides as a teacher and as a student, and kind of combine that into my lessons and how I approach students, and kind of understanding where they are coming from.
That is great. Now tell me a little bit about, I saw some artwork that you do. You do jewelry, which this jewelry, I wish he would have brought it on the show, but he is amazing. This young man is such a talented young man. I was like, let me be your manager, because the bracelet, the one lady was asking about the bracelet, and you didn't have a price. He didn't have a price for it. I kept saying $75. People will pay for it. I said, be all up in Saks Fifth Avenue.
I don't know. I never planned on selling it until recently. At first, it was just a way to kind of save money for Christmas. I mean, I love art.
Okay.
My art teacher in junior high school is the one who showed me that I was this talented. I had no idea. I thought, you know, played with clay when I was younger, used to sculpt things, didn't think anything of it. She entered me into a Chinese art fair, and we did pretty well. I didn't know I had that inside of me. So since then, I've always, you know, did it here and there, never really focused too much on it, didn't take any classes, but it's a natural talent, definitely, and it's something that I kind of use to free myself. And this Christmas, I used it to make gifts, because I was kind of on a budget, so it was a way for me to kind of still give and stay on budget. And then everyone's like, oh, I want to buy one. I'm like, buy one. I never thought that anyone would want to buy it, but it's something I'm looking into now.
Absolutely. And he promised me a bracelet. He told me I didn't have to pay
one of many
for
that
it,
I have to give. One of many that I have to make. It takes a long time to make one. About 3 hours it took for me to make that one bracelet. I told you it's that trial and error period.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also you make cards. Tell us about the cards that you were making.
They were gift bags. It was gift bags that I was making.
Okay.
I decided to make custom-made gift bags along with the jewelry.
Yes.
Each bag is personalized. I don't duplicate any design, mostly because I can't.
Okay.
When it comes out, and that's just how it is. So
that's awesome.
It makes it original for that reason, and yeah, I thought it was a kind of cool thing to do instead of going to buy a gift bag. If you're going to take the time to hand make a piece of jewelry or a piece of artwork, why not also take the time to create a bag for it to go in or a card for it to go along with.
That's awesome, awesome. So now tell me about this dance company that you are in.
Okay, yes, Eclectic Souls is a dance company that was formed by my track coach, who also was a dancer herself, African dance. She actually helped choreograph the I'ma Start on Broadway.
Oh.
Yeah, something I didn't know until after we started dancing.
Wow.
So she had a strong background in dance, stronger than I thought, and she kind of took some of the old track and field athletes who also were into dance, and we created a group, an African group. We also do hip hop and other styles, but mostly hip hop and African. And we performed for the African ambassadors before. We've done a lot. Right now we're on a hiatus because she's also a school teacher, and she just gave birth to a healthy boy. He's 8 months old now, and his godfather. So I'm happy about that. She's my mentor, so she kind of guides me through life and everything. So from track coach to dance teacher to mentor, really close to her now.
Excellent.
But we'll be getting back to things, I think, sometime in the summer.
Okay, great. So tell me a little bit about your background. Are you a native New Yorker?
Yes, born and raised in Brooklyn.
Okay.
22 years.
Okay.
I love New York City. I wouldn't change any of my experiences, both the good and the bad. I've learned from all of them. I have a great family who sheltered me from all the bad things growing up, keeping me on a straight and narrow path.